Bruce, it's been 5 years. You still owe me $16. Fuck off.
What up, guys? It's Anthony, and man, I gotta tell you, listen, I love Batman, I love Lego Batman, but like, why can't Superman get the Lego treatment? So the closest thing we have is Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, and specifically this one level, research and development, that takes place in Metropolis at LexCorp. Of course, in this story, Lex Luthor is running for president, which a lot of Superman stories have. Like Justice League had that storyline a couple of times, the animated series. Look at Superman carrying Batman by his cape. I don't think Bruce enjoys that much. Yeah, Batman just hates Superman being nice to him. He's like, don't be nice. So we start the level, they make you play as Batman, but with a switch of a button, boom, Superman. And of course, this is the closest thing to not just a Lego Superman game, but a Superman game in general. You have all this power, strength, flight, freeze breath, freeze Batman right there. There you go. Heat vision. Yeah, so the S is on the cape in this game, which, you know, I'm gonna be honest, the S was missing for like a long time. You know, I think the, most recent David Cornsweet movie brought back the S. At first, I didn't really like the Cornsweet S. I was like, that's just a slash, but I kind of grew to like it, especially in the context of the movie. Okay, now we have the power suit, or as I call it, the nuke suit, because Batman just throws bombs at his enemies and just nukes them to smithereens. I understand how making a Superman game where he's invincible and has every power could be challenging, or I should say there could be a lack of challenge in the game, which is why I'm like, why don't they just do a Lego Superman game where most of the game is based around puzzles and not like combat? I mean, you can have all the sidekicks too, Supergirl, Superboy, Crypto, Mxyzptlk. If the economy ran on studs, it would be I don't know if it would be better, but it would be kind of interesting. I saw a documentary that Christopher Reeve actually made like Superman pivot while he turned with his arms like that. Originally, they didn't like direct him to do that. He decided to do that to make the flying look more tangible. It just goes to show what a talented actor he was. Yeah, it's sad I can't save the civilian. Sorry, buddy. I need to do that in free play. See, this is what makes the Lego level design work really well, is that, no character overpowers the other in the level. You need to use both. Oh, my bad, Batman. Hold up. No, okay, there you go. Batman's like, gosh darn it, Clark. I keep getting frozen by Mr. Freeze. Why do I have to get this from you? Humans, do have to be careful using kryptonite. It's still radiation, that's the thing. Like, kryptonite is radiation poisoning to Kryptonians. And even though it doesn't, affect humans like Kryptonians, if you're constantly exposed to it, it can create, dangerous side effects. After watching the Superman movie, that scene with the kryptonite, where Superman is just trapped and is constantly getting exposed to it, and you see just how damaging. Because, in Superman the movie and, other interpretations, it just makes him weak, and he just kind of falls backwards, sort of. While, in that movie, you really see that, no, kryptonite is deadly. And specifically, it's radiation poisoning. Like, it is making, your face puff up and look disgusting. This was the first good Superman movie in quite a while. I think overall Superman has had 2 good movies. Superman the movie and the new one. Superman 2, in my opinion, is forever going to be an unfinished film. Like, both versions, both the theatrical and Donner director's cut. Like, while it was being made, had a halfway through switch directors. So neither film is the director's complete visions. Like, Donner cut still had to use some Lester stuff, and so did Lester's cut. Needed to do, needed to use some Donner footage. Superman 3. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen in a while, but I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, Richard Pryor. Like, really, it's just they really were like, we have Superman, and let's just do a mediocre Richard Pryor comedy film. I really feel bad for Superman 4 because it could have been good. Like, genuinely, Superman 4 could have been a good movie if, canon didn't do what they did. But my favorite S symbol of Superman, I mean, I think, again, Chris Reeve is iconic. Not too big, not too small. I think the Superman Returns logo was too small. I like the logo, actually, Superman Returns. I think it's a solid Superman logo. It's just, I wish it was bigger. And the whole suit, in my opinion, color scheme is just super off. Like, you have this bright blue and then just brown. It's not even red, the cape. It's just brown. Because, 2006 and everything had murky colors. Even though I haven't seen the series, I've seen like 3 episodes, I think, of Lois and Clark. But that suit keeps changing, dude. Like, they never had like from what I know, they never had like a solid suit. Like, the pilot suit looks good. I like the pilot suit. And then I watched one episode, and it was like a completely different suit. And then another episode was different. He had like a deep V. There's like, photos of Dean Cain in just a deep V, like in a way, like a Superman suit. And I was just like, I don't know. I think he had a chain too. It's like they really, that series really wanted to make Superman like quote unquote hip. And I was just like, dude, I don't know. It's I can't watch that show because there's a couple of reasons. I think it's boring. Like, I just think it's boring. Like, Lex is in it, but that's it. There's no, like, they didn't try and do comic villains at all. Number one. And then number two, they didn't even try and do, and number two is, it's the reason why the Superboy series got canceled. And that series did a lot of firsts. It was the first time to see a lot of supervillains. And, it is kind of sad that they, that show got canceled. My favorite Superman person who played the role, I mean, obviously, if you're including voice actors, George Newbern, Tim Daly are great. I don't know who I like more, Tim Daly or George Newbern. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, dude. They're very similar. I mean, that was kind of the point, because Tim Daly couldn't do Justice League, so they needed to cast someone who sounded quite similar. And yeah, they do. I really can't choose. I think Tim Daly a little more. I think I've heard Tim Daly more than George, but I mean, both are good Superman voice actors. If we're doing, of course, live action, I don't know. I think, Chris Reeve was the, is kind of like the standard of Superman. But I do like George Reeves from the 1950s TV series. I'm a big, I guess, big fan, but I'm a fan of that series, specifically seasons 1 and 2. I think it's funny enough, when they jumped to color in that show, I think the series got like stupid. Like seasons 1 and 2 are like B-movie noirs. Like, they're really like noir B movies, and like especially season 2 they went into more science fiction-y, like, bombs and stuff. So like season 2 has a lot of like, B-movie sci-fi 1950 sci-fi quality, which is really cool. And I kind of like how George Reeves portrayed Clark as kind of a douche, and also Superman. Like, he's not, I wouldn't say he's mean, but I mean, there's an episode where he takes the criminals in that episode and flies them to like a mountain and then leaves them. And then they fall off the mountain. And like, did Superman just prematurely kill them like that? I always see comments saying, I would look to see an alternative universe if where Homelander isn't raised by Vought and was raised by actual people. And then everyone in the replies are like, it's Superman, just watch Superman. If you want a good Homelander, just watch Superman. It's not that hard. See, look at this guy. See, no, wait, do I have to attack him? No, I don't. Like, look at this guy. This guy is very nervous. He's not even attacking me. I can leave this guy alone, but, you know, you could just do this. No one escapes my wrath. Do you think Lex Luthor gives good health insurance? I think so. I mean, with all these guys working for him, I mean, there must be a reason. Also, you know, he probably pays his taxes, so, you know, government doesn't have a problem with that.
What's that song? Sounds familiar. I don't listen to music.
Either you guys know the score of the game?
I don't follow sports. 7-3, St. Louis.
Shouldn't have asked. Nice costumes.
See, that janitor seems like a really good guy.
Nice plan. Now we know what they're up to. We have to stop them.
So,
Think?
so they changed in like the elevator? Did they just see each other naked for a second? So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Like I said, this is the closest thing to just a Lego Superman game or just a good Superman game in general. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to follow the Instagram. Link is in the description below. And yeah, catch you on the next one.
And Superman crashes into a movie theater.
Well, the crash didn't look that bad. Maybe he's still alive.
Not a chance, Jack. That theater is rolling the new Twilight film.
My God, that poor man.